Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, go to Catex TV. In the United States, your federal income tax return for personal returns is due on Wednesday, the 15th of April. Fires are burning out of control in the Republic of Khakassia, which is located in the southern part of eastern Siberia. Some 15 people are dead already. Over 1,000 homes have been burned to the ground. This is as a result of out-of-control burning of dry grass on farms. It's complicated even further because the reservoirs where the water would be drawn from to fight the fires are still frozen solid. The Russian Emergency Ministries has dispatched firefighters and helicopters to the area, and a call was made to residents of the region to battle the fire because of residents themselves who had begun the fire as a result of uncontrolled grass burning in order to prepare the ground for some spring planting. A car bomb has exploded at a shopping mall on the resort island in Thailand of Koh Samui. This is the first time terrorism has struck this area. It's injured at least 7 people. The improvised bomb was hidden in a pickup truck that went off late on Friday night, about 500 yards from the popular Chaweng beach. About 5,000 people have been killed in the 3 southern provinces as a result of terror attacks and fighting since 2004. Federal investigators are working today to determine why a twin-engine turbine propeller plane dropped from the sky and crashed into a nature preserve north of the runway at the Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport yesterday afternoon. 4 people were killed in the tragedy yesterday afternoon. No one on the ground was hurt. The area, however, is dense with businesses and homes. It went down about 4:30 p.m. It was a Piper PA-31. It declared an emergency, according to the FAA. The plane reportedly had left from the Orlando Executive Airport for Fort Lauderdale, according to flight tracking websites. Lufthansa could be charged with corporate manslaughter over the Airbus 320 crash, it's been claimed. The German magazine Focus said that the flagship airline, which owned Germanwings, had laid itself open to criminal proceedings because one of its own psychiatrists had apparently allowed suicidal co-pilot Andreas Lubitz to return to the cockpit. On March 24th, the 27-year-old Lubitz, flying for Germanwings, is thought to have deliberately crashed the Airbus into the French Alps, killing himself and the other 149 people on board. According to documents, a Lufthansa doctor wrote that Lubitz should continue treatment after the depression. He had been classified to fly by an independent expert. Lufthansa has declined to comment on the report in the German magazine. Also, the German magazine said that a recent survey of commercial pilots in Europe had revealed, quote, abysmal working conditions, end quote, with a risk of cockpit suicides. There were claims in the report that many pilots were becoming time bombs. A Professor Peter Turnbull, who helped write the report, said all these pilots tell you that they shouldn't be fit to fly. Riots broke out yesterday in the capital of the Central African nation of Gabon, in French-speaking West Africa, with opposition supporters rampaging through the streets, setting vehicles and buildings on fire following the death of a senior opposition leader. Many rioters on the streets of Libreville, the capital of Gabon, accused the government of murdering Andre Obame, who had contested the disputed 2009 presidential election. The 57-year-old Obame had died in the neighboring country of Cameroon. There was no cause of death mentioned in the statement. The embassy of Benin was burned to the ground by the Sunday violence. A 3.5 earthquake was reported in Los Angeles last night, about a half a mile from the View Park Windsor Hills in the southern part of the city. The quake occurred at 9:17 a.m. Pacific time and was felt across large parts of Southern California. The quake was located near the Baldwin Hills oil fields, leading some to speculate that the quake was caused by heavy oil drilling in the area. The quake was foreshadowed by a 2.5 quake, which occurred at 4:35 p.m., about 2,000 feet away from the epicenter of the larger quake later in the night. Yesterday in a video, 67-year-old Hillary Rodham Clinton announced that she was running for president. After the video, the 67-year-old Clinton then got into a minivan and proceeded to drive to Iowa, where she will be meeting today in rallies with supporters. Along the way, the 67-year-old Clinton emerged from the minivan at rest stops in Pennsylvania and Ohio and Indiana to greet startled drivers and tourists who were at the rest stops to use the facilities and get something to eat. The 67-year-old will be 69 years old should she manage to win the election and be sworn in January of 2017. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.